Okay, we are live. All right, so this is Sherry Higdon. I want to welcome everybody today to this conversation with Eric Caprarese from Brain Abundance, and I'm going to let him tell you exactly who he is and what his connection with that company is, which is pretty special. And I feel so humbled and honored that he would take time out of his super, super duper busy schedule to hang out with me today. We've just had some good laughs and fun in just the few minutes that we've had time to hang out again, and he can tell you about the butter and the Brain Abundance maybe later. But anyway, so Eric has again taken time out of his busy schedule. This is gonna show up later on my little channel. I have the Brain Boss. You can find that on YouTube, where you can learn lots more about the Brain Fuel Plus that I'm so jazzed about, that I'm gonna let Eric talk about. You're gonna share with us your testimony, how you got motivated to even create this product and what it did for your son. So take it away, Eric.
You bet, Sherry. And you're on picture, by the way. I'd love to see you live. So if you want to switch off, go ahead and switch. I'd love to see us connect here live. That's what I love about Google Hangout. But so thanks for having me on today. I actually look forward to this. I set this on my calendar to make sure that that I had a chance to connect with you today and to connect with your team, which is just getting ready to launch off, and so we're gonna have some fun times together. And you're right, we already hit it off so well. And to me, this is about relationships, and I've got a real passion for this industry because of the great relationships that I've acquired over the years via network marketing. So yeah, Sherry, you mentioned the product, the importance of the product, and I've always got it with me. Period. End of conversation. I mean, it's definitely it's part of my whole family's life. And it's a product that I am excited because it's getting results, and it's not just getting results, the first day or the second day or the first week or the second week. It's getting results over and over and over again. And the formulation that we put together was really a work in progress over the past 9 years. I kind of call it a passion. It's been kind of a passion for me to put something together that might have helped my son 9 years ago. And very simply, my son Ryan doesn't mind me using his name. At 19, sometimes you got to ask, just so I don't embarrass him. I asked Ryan, I said, I want to tell your story because it really was a year that was difficult, not only for him, but also for myself. My son was diagnosed with ADD, and which is fine. It's not the worst diagnosis that a doctor could say that your child has, and it's something that we felt could be controlled. So that's what we did. We listened to our doctor. We put my son on what the doctor felt was a good prescription. I didn't read that 20-foot long piece of paper that we all get in every prescription. I didn't do that. Maybe I was wrong not to do that, but I just didn't do that. I also probably didn't ask the right questions. I just really believed in my doctor. He's a pediatrician. He loves working with children. So I really felt like what we were giving was the best, and was going to really help my son Ryan out. Well, what I witnessed for a year, Sherry, was my son going through. Well, he wasn't hungry anymore. He wasn't eating like he used to eat. He was losing weight. He was pushing his plate away when he was only halfway done, and I'm thinking, well, that might have something to do with, the prescription, or he's just not hungry. Maybe he doesn't like what he's eating, But I watched this go on and on and on, and I also watched his weight drop. I also witnessed my son not always in the best of moods. And when I say that, he wasn't maybe like a 10-year-old where he's maybe grouchy or something. He actually was sad. And I'll never forget a Saturday morning, when him and his brother were watching cartoons, and my son Ryan had big tears in his eyes, and I said, "What's wrong? Saturday mornings are supposed to be fun. It's all about watching cartoons." I remember when I was a kid on Saturdays, and he said, "I don't know, Dad. I'm just sad." And that broke my heart, and I couldn't piece it together. And but I just went with it, and every morning I made sure, I forced his prescription, I forced it on him because he didn't love taking the product, that prescription every morning, but I made sure he did because that's what the doctor said to do. So I listened. We went in, fast forward a year ahead, 12 months ahead, and we did his physical, and the doctor said, well, let's take a look at his height, let's look at his weight. Well, he's lost some weight. He's probably been sad because he's probably, that's probably, or it's not probably, he said that can be one of the one of the results of taking the prescription, and one of the side effects, exactly. So we're literally looking at, so my son could have been sad or depressed for the last year, and he's lost weight. And then the doctor came back in to tell me, and by the way, for the last year he hasn't grown an inch. He stopped growing. So at that moment, not being a violent person, I really wanted to probably strangle somebody. I wasn't very happy, but I was more upset with myself because I really felt like if I would have done my due diligence, if I would have asked more questions, maybe I wouldn't have put my son through that for a year. So now let's fast forward 9 years later. Really not 9 years, because the last 2 years is I've been working on putting something together like Brain Fuel Plus. You fast forward, and I said, what can we do? And I've been in this industry for 25 years, so I know some of the best scientists, doctors, nutritionists, chemists, formulators in the industry, period. I come from the manufacturing side. I've had my own product lines, so I knew the best ones to go to. And I said, I need a product that really focuses in on the brain. And it's not just for Ryan, it's for so many others. I wanted a product that I'm 46, and there's been times I get up at 9:30, 10 o'clock from bed, let's say, and I go to the kitchen and I say, now I know I'm hungry, I just forget what I came here to eat. That's not good. I should remember what I came there to eat. But that comes from maybe age. So I said I want something that helps with memory. Also, how many of us suffer with a good night's getting a good night's sleep? A lot of people. So something that might help with sleep. Something that might help with possibly the anxieties or the ADDs out there. We're not making any claims. I'll never make any health claims. I always say check with your doctor. The great news is every response I've heard back has been the doctors have given a huge thumbs up on our product. In fact, we've got a pharmacist that will be on with my business partner. They're both doctors, by the way, and the pharmacist will be on one of our calls here, one of our Saturday calls here shortly, to talk about how great this product is. So we've got a real winner with our product. The focus side of things, the sleep side of things, the brain fog lifting, the memory, these are all things that people are suffering with on a day-to-day basis. And to be able to finally have a product that not only answers those concerns or those challenges, but it's done in an all-natural way. And to me, that's important. And I think all of us in this day and age, in this year, up to this year now, we recognize how important nutrition is. And the natural way is really, for a lot of us, the right way. So I'm glad to have the product. I'm glad to offer it as an opportunity to also help people on a financial side. And really, I'm super glad to see that we're in over 130 plus countries already in 90 days. That goes to show that we're spreading like wildfire for a reason, because we do have what I consider the best product, and really one of the best companies in the entire industry. And I probably sound biased saying that, but I'll let other people say that. Maybe Sherry, you'll say that. Maybe you won't. I think you'll say that. I hope you'll say that. But we want to have fun too. That's important. Life is short, and you know, I want people to, if people are suffering with some of these things, that mental clarity, the sleep pattern problems, just the feelings of their mood not being as elevated as they wish it was, and if we can capture that and control that and get that to a good place, what does that mean? You might live a little bit better of a lifestyle. You might spend more time with your family. You might feel more motivated to build your brain abundance business. So these are all positives, and you know, to me, I know we're on the right path, and we're just getting started. So I'm glad to get a chance to spend some time with you, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have for me also, Sherry.
Well, I want to backtrack just a little bit and go back to your son's experience, because there's nothing worse as a parent than, you know, a loving parent who cherishes their children and see them suffering in some way and feel like you're not helping, or you're not able to help, or your hands are tied. He started with this around 10 years old. You said he was diagnosed, and then at what age did you get him started on the Brain Fuel Plus? And tell me what you saw happen for him after that.
Well, you know what? My son is now on the product, but the product has just come out. So was I quick enough to get this product to my son when he really needed it? No. Is it too late? No. I definitely can. It's in his system now. It's in my system now. Sherry, you take the product. I got so many people that take the product, and they say, I get calls every day, and they say, you know how many companies I've been involved with and I never took the product? I take this product every day, though. I love it. So that's exciting. But my son, sadly, when we took him off the prescription, he suffered. He suffered through schooling. He suffered immensely. He really had a difficult time, and his grades reflected that. And what comes with that is, you know, bad grades. You know, it sets you up for a direction or a path that might not be so spectacular. The great news is we've got a great company like Brain Abundance, and maybe one day he'll take part in this. I mean, you hear owners say all the time, we're a legacy company. We're leaving this for our family. Well, I literally was on a Google Hangout with a Latino group, and it was so neat because my girlfriend, who's from Ecuador, was sitting next to me doing the translation. And as the person was speaking on through the Google Hangout, she nudged me and she said, talk about the children, talk about our children. And because she has children also in Ecuador, and it's exciting because she says, she brought up something, Sherry, that I probably wasn't going to bring up because I didn't want to sound like every other owner of a company. And I did it though, because she was right. She knows my true heart and my true feelings, which are our children. Let's leave something here genuinely. Let's genuinely work towards leaving this company and this great product for our kids and for their kids. And you hear it over and over. I've heard it. I feel like I've fallen for it because I believed them. And then I watch those owners take off with the money.
Right.
It happens, you know. And there's some of the greatest owners in the industry I'm great friends with. There are some phenomenal owners. I think we're doing things a little differently and a little better, but again, I might be biased.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. But you know, that's in any industry. You know, there's not an industry in this world that doesn't have the good and the bad. That's in any industry. So for anybody to pick that out and say because it's direct sales or network marketing that makes it a scam, I know that's the common word people like to use. But you know what? If you have a product that's changing your life and making you feel better and sleep better, and you can get through your day, that's how you can start, you know, coping with life in general better. And then for those who have the online, or not even just online, but the entrepreneurial spirit, and say, hey, you know what, I want to share this, and there's, I see an opportunity here for myself, and you've created both a phenomenal product and phenomenal opportunity. And so, just a word of wisdom, I guess, for anyone who sits back and looks at that. You can look at any industry in this world, and you're going to find people who aren't handling it correctly, going about it the wrong way, are in it for all profit, and so to pick on this industry. So I'm glad you fought past all that, and I know you deal with that on a daily basis as a company owner. So kudos to you for not giving up on that. We appreciate you for that.
Never give up. We'll never give up. We've got too many people to touch their lives in a positive way, and we did touch on that, you and I personally, on a side note prior to this. this Google Hangout. But so our hearts are in the right place, I believe, and that's a good thing. And it's so neat to see people in third world countries like Ecuador or like Southeast Asia. You know, and to see those people be able to afford $59.95 for this product. They can't afford $200, $300, $400 to get involved with most of these other companies. They can't afford $150, $200, $300 a month to stay involved with these other companies. We've set this price points to where everybody can now be a part of not only the product but the company. So I think that was an important part, and I think it was a good, wise decision that we made, because I really get excited to hear people in these, again, third world countries taking part of our business. So
that's phenomenal. That right there is phenomenal, to know that you've been out such a short amount of time and so far reaching. I mean, I've been around the network marketing block myself too, and a lot of companies, especially when you're getting started, it's like, well, we're gonna open up this part of the world, you know, and then 6 months later you're somewhere else. But to be there basically straight out of the gate, that is a phenomenal achievement. And just, when you can say you're part of a business for so little. I mean, I've owned brick and mortar businesses, and our first project was $1 million deal, and we didn't have the $1 million in our back pocket to do it. So it was a stretch of faith for sure. But to know that I can partner with you, and you're taking care of all the logistics, all the product, creating it, dealing with it. You're dealing with all the hits that come with owning the company, and I just get to sell it and share it with other people. Not only take it for $20. That's unheard of. Just absolutely unheard of.
And you do come from the brick and mortar world, and I do too. And I always say, to get started with the business, and at $59.95, just one bottle is all it takes, plus another $20 to become an active IBO with our company, independent business owner. 20 bucks. I mean, I always kind of laugh, because I know that the chair I used to sit in when I owned my own brick and mortar business cost $300. I mean, go price chairs over at your office furniture store and see how much just the chair costs. So to start your whole business for under $100, and to know that at $59 a month, one bottle, which, again, even if you're not even taking the product, someone who needs the product. We all do. So that's exciting, and we did do that on purpose, because I do want it to be able to take this company around the world, and it's happening not because of anything that I'm doing personally. It's happening because the product is working so well for so many people. It's just like going to a great restaurant or a great movie. It's human nature to go tell everyone, hey, I just saw the greatest movie, or I just had a great steak dinner. You got to go to this restaurant. The difference is that restaurant and that movie theater, they're not going to pay you a residual income to go share it. We'll pay you though. And you're right also. We do handle everything for all the logistics. We're going to handle the shipping for you. We're going to handle the customer service. We're going to accept the credit cards and handle all the merchant account stuff. We're going to pay you your commissions. All you're responsible for doing is just sharing the product like you would do a great dinner or a great movie.
And you know what? I was reading a testimony someone said the other day, and I don't want to get into other people's medical testimonies or things that they're talking about, because I want to kind of hold back on that, because I'm so anxious. I want to get those people and let them share their testimonies. They're so powerful. But I will tell this: a gentleman I was reading on Facebook, he got in his car to go to work, and he realized that he had not taken his Brain Fuel Plus. He turned his car around in morning traffic. Now, anybody who's ever worked a regular job knows what morning traffic is all about. Turns his car around and goes back to get his Brain Fuel Plus. Now, there's not, I've been on prescription medicines. I take a couple prescriptions right now that I would not get back in my car or turn my car around for. So I think that just kind of tells the whole story right there.
I've heard that same story from that gentleman, and that is impressive. And you're right. The more you really share this product, the more great testimonials. Those of you that are listening to this today, the more you share it, the more positive responses you're going to get, and to have someone say thank you, and they're going to thank you. thank you, because you've helped me be whatever, more relaxed, and my spouse is so much happier because I'm more relaxed, or my kids, I've got that desire to get out there and go play ball with my kids, and I really didn't have that prior to getting on Brain Fuel Plus. And again, these are things that are life changing in my opinion, and I think in yours too. I think that we're onto something not just big, but something that absolutely is going to change the nutrition side of things, but really change this industry also. So we're first to market with a great product, and in fact the timing couldn't be better. I think that it was a heck of a sign when I just saw in the February edition, which was just last month, on the cover of Time Life magazine and also National Geographic, pictures of brains on both of the covers, and it talked about, so these were their cover stories, talked about the importance of the brain and the lack of our focus on nutrition to the brain, and the stress that we're all going through, and how important it is to take care of our brains. So if that couldn't be you couldn't ask for better publicity than that, and it was at the right time. So it shows we're on the right path.
Absolutely, and I've seen that too. Just it's like things were just coming out of the woodwork for me about the brain lately in your mind, and just about that same time Brain Abundance came around. So I'm like, well, so I don't believe in coincidences anyway. So I think I need to hop on this bus real quick. So I just want to take a moment and tell you how much I greatly appreciate. I mean, this is just monumental right here. If we don't get more than 30-second snippet of this that we can share with people to show and prove that you being a company owner willing to take the time to come hang out with somebody who's just getting started. It's not like I'm not top of the ladder, I'm not the big kahuna, I'm not at the top of the leaderboard, and here you are hanging out with me, having this conversation. So that to me speaks volumes. Anybody who's looking at this from the opportunity perspective, this should speak volumes to them, because this just does not happen in this industry.
Listen, I feel like it's my responsibility. I really do, and I'm friends with a lot of great CEOs, and they work their 9 to 5, and they take an hour for lunch, and take three meetings a day, and to talk about the next 3 meetings for the next day. And I'm not putting them down. That's the way they do business. I've owned my own brick and mortar businesses, and I did the same thing. This is different though. Again, I feel like we're on a mission to really change lives in a positive way, not just with the product, but with our business. So that means I get up at 6 in the morning because I want to get up at 6 in the morning, and that's when I start doing what we're doing here, or getting on the phone and supporting the people that are in the field. And a lot of that comes, and by the way, I don't go to bed sometimes until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I don't want to go to sleep. I'm having that much fun, but I feel like the reason that I do that is because I've been in the field. I know what it's like, and I know what it's like not to have support from the CEO or from corporate. I know what it's like not to have good communication, good tools, and again, just overall good support. So I'm limited, but this right here is an important part of what I do. I feel that it's an important part. So I hope that we can, it's not. I don't feel like I'm doing anything other than what I really should be doing to help us all grow this business together.
Well, it's greatly appreciated, and I know that I speak on behalf of a lot of folks who are so jazzed about this company. I mean, you hook up with just a couple of people on Facebook, and they're not kidding. I mean, and to see the young people, I mean, the age span. I'm seeing people, teenagers. Who I saw a guy the other day, and I don't know if you've seen this video or not on Facebook. He kissed his bottle of Brain Fuel Plus. He kissed it. I'm like, who does that? Look at this as a young person, and then you have these other folks that are hopping on who are not taking the product and talking about how much it's doing for them, but they're, in their 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s, and they're excited about it and wanting to share it with people. I mean, how cool is that to just pull in people from not only all over the world, but all age spectrums as well. So I'm excited. I just believe that, we have this connection. I'm so excited for the connection we've made and the conversation that we've had, and I believe many more to come. And our hangouts, to have the opportunity to have conversations with Eric, and for you to be an example to the other leaders in this industry to say, you know what, look what he's doing. That's why everybody wants to hang with this guy or follow this guy, because he's doing it so totally different. than everybody else, and I just so appreciate it. Feel so humbled and thankful for having you to spend this time with me today.
Absolutely, anytime, Sherry. You know that, and anyone else that wants to be part of what we're doing here, we welcome everyone.